Hey, welcome back guys, and this time we're on Defunctland's channel and we're gonna watch a video here I seen. This was one of my favorite shows as a kid. I love this show. It's called The Legends of the Hidden Temple. Maybe you remember it on Nickelodeon, maybe you watched it, I don't know. But I remember being a little kid and this show blew my balls off. I remember having these vivid dreams of where I was on the game show and I was running through the temple, solving the puzzles, getting attacked by the guards and shit. As a kid, this show was like amazing. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and watch the video here. This is from Defunctland. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can guys check out the video on your own if you want, subscribe to him and all that good jazz. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch this. I always enjoy this guy's content. He does a really good job. Check him out, head over to his channel and subscribe if you haven't yet. Legends of the Hidden Temple, man. I have so many crazy good memories about watching the show.
On April 22nd, 1993, the U.S. Congress announced its plans to increase the oversight of the Federal Communications Commission, the regulator of television programs.
I was, what, like 8 years old?
Legislators were concerned that the agency was not doing enough to curtail violence seen by children on network TV. A year prior, in 1992, the American Psychological Association had released a report estimating that a child would witness 100,000 acts of violence and 8,000 murders on television by the age of 10. This led to an outcry from parents and citizens concerned about the consequences of such media.
Parents worried about the violence.
Began speculating whether the children watching
all these violent shows and video games make kids go kill people, basically.
For Nickelodeon.
Although there's been endless studies about it doesn't, but whatever.
In 1979, Nickelodeon was the first cable channel dedicated to children's programs.
Nickelodeon was called Pinwheel before Nickelodeon? I didn't know that.
But found its stride in the mid-80s by airing shows such as You Can't Do That on television and producing the first children's game show, Double Dare.
Double Dare.
Increased its production
Double Dare was...
In 1989, the network
who doesn't love Double Dare? That show was amazing.
A newly built studio within the soon-to-open Universal Studios Florida Park. By 1993, Nickelodeon was the most popular children's television network, with game shows accounting for a large portion of the channel's production.
I guess that makes sense because there wasn't a lot of competition,
but on television, more parents began to migrate their kids to Nickelodeon and other children's networks, and more advertisers were beginning to realize how lucrative a pool of highly suggestible grade schoolers was. This perfect storm resulted in the golden era.
I remember that bump. Oh, that's like iconic.
1993, Nickelodeon would begin airing what would become the most memorable game
Double Dare. I mean, I remember, I have fond memories of that show too. Yes, here we go. Legends of the Hidden Temple. There we go.
Legends of the Hidden Temple was described as a combination of Indiana Jones
and Jeopardy. I remember the moat. Oh, and the stairs of the steps of knowledge or whatever.
The first game show that lets kids live out legendary adventures.
Oh my gosh.
A children's marketing
I'm having crazy nostalgia and like flashbacks right now. It's crazy.
Kids love game shows. They love anything related to testing their own
abilities.
They love to see kids winning prizes. They love to see kids their own age interact with other kids.
As a kid, the prizes seemed like amazing, like the coolest shit ever.
It will be successful.
But they're probably, you know, like, now it'd be like, what the hell is this?
The show was hosted by a then unknown actor named Kirk Fogg and a talking
Kirk Fogg, yes.
Olmec. Puppeteered by D. Bradley Baker, a voice actor with a long resume of animated shows. The game was separated into 4 parts, with 6 teams of 2 competing for the grand prize.
I haven't seen this.
The team name stayed the same for each episode.
Show in
the Red Jaguars, the Blue Barracudas, the Green Monkeys, the Orange Iguanas, the Purple Parrots, and the Silver Snakes. Each team comprised of 1 boy and 1 girl between the ages of 11 and 15. After the intro, Olmec would introduce Kirk.
Hold on, wait. We got to go over the teams again.
Teams of 2 puppeteered by D. Bradley Baker. Animated shows. The team name stayed the same for each episode. These were the Red Jaguars,
Blue Barracudas, Green Monkeys, Orange Iguanas, Purple Parrots. I remember.
Each team
Silver Snakes.
1 boy and 1 girl between the ages of 11 and 15.
I remember I liked Donatello, so I liked Purple. I was like, Purple Parrots, that was always my team.
Asking Olmec what today's legend was. Each show had a different story that would serve as the episode's title and theme. It would also be used throughout the different levels of gameplay. During the intro, Olmec would give the title of the tale to come. This included the name of a historical or fictional figure and an object of some kind. Some of these were classic tales, while others were...
I think I had nightmares from that.
The legend of the Royal Torque of Queen Boadicea, the mystical spellbook of the Imperial Wizard. Your quest is to find
remember, I'm 8 years old watching this.
And bring it back here.
The first challenge was the moat.
This is
Each team
crazy.
was tasked with crossing a small pool by a specific means. This could require swinging on a rope, using a raft, crossing a bridge, or whatever.
I remember the moat. Yeah, that like scared the shit out of me because it had fog and shit. I thought it was like an endless,
making sure that they were navigating the challenge
void, a deep abyss that you would die if you fell in.
Into the water to start over.
Ooh.
Once both teams were across, they could then press their button and ring their gong.
Yes, I remember the gong.
Successfully moved on to the
remember, this is like in the time when Guts. Remember the show Guts on Nickelodeon 2? Like, that's all I wanted to do as a kid was go on Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple. Yeah, see, I'm saying some of the prizes are like shit.
Today, people are packing light, refreshing Starkist tuna in Peter's salad.
Get some tuna?
Starkist, a taste for the time.
How would you like that?
Charlie not included.
Yeah, I went on the show and won some cans of tuna.
Here, Olmec would tell the episode's legend, with the kids listening carefully to the story.
Yo, that's
Once he was
crazy.
done, they would be quizzed over the information they were just given. The answers were multiple choice, and the teams rang in by pressing their foot on a stone on their step. They were not required to wait until all of the options were read, which could lead to some pretty awkward moments.
I remember that.
Which of these people fought the Trojans in the Trojan War? The Romans? Silver Snakes.
Paris.
Incorrect.
If a team answered a question correctly, they would move down to the next step. If they didn't,
I didn't care about any of the trivia.
To answer.
I was like, yo, all I wanted to do was go run in that temple and do all the maze and shit. That shit was cool as hell.
Were eliminated and awarded with slightly more exciting consolation prizes.
NBA Jam for Genesis. Super NES and Game Gear is now here with 54.
Oh, you could win NBA Jam. All right, that's a cool prize. I remember playing the shit out of NBA Jam. Like I had some good times at NBA Jam. I was always
after a commercial break,
the Magic.
The show would come back to Kirk and the remaining two teams. Before the next round of challenges, Kirk would interview the four players,
or the Spurs,
asking their name, age, and sometimes a fun
Dave
fact
Robson and Sean Elliott swishing threes.
Awkwardness.
Anyway,
and I heard you like to dance.
Yes. Well, I take jazz, tap, and ballet.
Oh, really? Would you like to tap for us right now?
No, thank you.
going back and watching these like old game shows, like they were so awkward.
For the Yankees.
Really?
Like when they're like interviewing right here.
No, okay, not yet.
I sing in my
Funny though.
school chorus, and I also went to all-state chorus this past
Although
spring.
all little these
What do you like to
bio
sing?
interviews and
Madonna.
game shows are always awkward.
No.
Like Wheel of Fortune, even, and all those Jeopardy. They're all awkward as hell.
Compete for the Pendants of Life.
It's the
These were typically
Pendants.
A test of speed, agility,
I remember you had to
and
give
or
those
prepubescent
if you got
upper
caught by
body
the guard in
strength.
the
They were all
temple.
themed after the show's legend, and the type of challenge varied.
The tough part about this game.
Look at this. As an 8-year-old kid, how the hell would you not like? I was like, yo, I want to do this, mom. I gotta tell my mom we gotta go to Florida so I could be on the
with the final
show.
game being worth one pendant. The team with the most pendants at the end of the 3 games moved on, while the other would be eliminated and rewarded a consolation prize. If the teams tied, both earning 1 full pendant, a final multiple choice question over the episode's legend would serve as a tiebreaker. After another commercial break, the team deemed worthy of entering the temple was introduced to the final round. The Temple Run. This
The
was an
Temple
extremely
Run,
difficult maze of
yes.
rooms,
That's what I'm
filled
talking
with
about right
physical
here.
obstacles,
This is the
puzzles,
coolest shit
traps.
ever.
Before this final round would begin, Olmec would explain the various parts of the maze to the kids in the simplest way possible.
You could start by climbing through the ledges and climbing down
Yes.
into the pit of despair.
Pit of despair. Like, dude, as a kid, this was the cool shit ever. Basically, picture this. Like, I'd watch later, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, you see the big ass ball Indiana Jones, you know, coming after him. I was all into that shit. And then watching this show, like, I wanted to be an archaeologist. Because I thought you got to do cool shit like this. Or Indiana Jones.
Or into the treacherous holes of Python.
And then a little later, a few years later, then I was playing Tomb Raider and shit. Pitfall.
The choices
Pitfall on PlayStation, not the original on Atari.
The team
That was a
decides
little
which
before
player
my
will start
time.
the run. The first player to enter is given 1 full pendant, and the second is given any of the remaining pendants won during the temple games. These were used if, and more likely when, a player would encounter a temple guard.
The guards.
A grown adult dressed in
That's what I was
costume
talking
and
about.
wearing a
Yeah, you gotta
mask,
give 'em the
hiding in
pendant.
various rooms in the temple in preparation for the child to arrive. There were 3 throughout the temple, and if a player encountered one, they would have to give up their pendant. If the player
Yeah, and
was
I
caught a
remember
second
watching the
time,
little
they would be escorted
map
out of
down there at the
temple by
bottom.
guard.
because it would tell you where they're at and shit. And I was like,
the second
yo,
player would have either 0, 1
like this
half,
was
or 1 full
magical.
pendant,
Like this is
depending
the
on their
most
team's performance in the temple
awe-inspiring,
games. If they had 1 half, the
amazing
second part
thing
would
as a
be hidden
kid.
in the temple, and the player would need to find it on their way to the artifact in case
Yeah, and
they
you'd have to
encountered a
find
guard,
other
as only a
pendants and
full
shit.
pendant would allow them to continue. In a scenario where the second player was caught with 0 or 1 half pendant, the team would lose.
Yo,
and
and the
game would
guards
end.
scared the hell
Guards
out of me.
terrified some kids, and many cried after
That's what,
encountering them.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like right there, this little kid, dude, that scared the shit out of me. Like I literally crapped my pants.
Apart from the temple guards, the team only had 3 minutes to find the artifact and make it out through the temple gates. Each room had a fairly simple task necessary.
Look at
to
that,
open
the
door,
smoke and
but
the
to make it even more
atmosphere, the
difficult,
lighting and
some of the
everything.
doors were permanently locked, causing some paths through
Like
the
this
temple
left
to
a
result in dead ends.
huge
During the show's
impression on me
run,
as a kid.
There were 15 different temple layouts and nearly 50 different rooms. Examples of these rooms were the observatory, in which the player would turn a sundial in order to open a door.
I remember
the
they
wall
had to
climb,
build
in which
this
the
like
player would have
little
to use ropes to climb a wall and hit a button
monkey
to open a door. The
statue
mine
or
shaft,
some shit.
where
Maybe
players
he'll
could take
talk
an
about it.
elevator up, break through a
But it was like a
rock
little
wall, or find a
puzzle, and they
button,
could,
and
like
the
a lot of
infamous
kids could never
shrine of the
figure it
Silver
out.
Monkey.
The
This
silver
room made its
monkey,
way
yeah,
into
right here.
every
This is what I was
temple
talking
layout,
about.
And despite the puzzle only being 3 pieces and never changing over the show's run,
Yes.
the kids had an incredibly difficult time putting it together.
Yeah, like it was hard as shit for them.
Got the bass on. Now he's got the head. He's gonna jam it on.
Yeah, and you'd have to shove it in.
Bass on.
Oh, he's all fucked up.
After grabbing the artifact, all of the doors to the temple unlocked and the guards disappeared. The only thing left for the contestant to do was run out of the temple as fast as they
Yo,
could
this is
in
so
an
cool.
attempt to beat the clock. If they were successful, they won the grand prize.
They don't have
which
shows
included
like
a few
this
small
anymore, man.
prizes and a
Yo,
vacation.
you can win a
If they were
Walkman,
unsuccessful,
CD
they won a
Walkman,
lesser
dude. That was
but decent
cutting edge
prize.
technology back then.
You're gonna get the set of microscopes for playing. You guys did a great. We gotta go.
Set of microscopes. Yeah, I remember I had a microscope when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old.
Car doesn't drive itself.
Ads.
Like the majority of the other shows on the channel at the time, the show was shot at Nickelodeon Studios in Universal Studios, Florida. The kids were chosen.
Yeah, I
through
never got to
auditions,
go there.
most coming from in and
I
around
wanted
Orlando,
to so
Florida.
bad, though.
The children were put through physical tests, history tests, and interviews. The contestants were supposed to be between the ages of 11 and 14, but some that auditioned as 14-year-olds were 15 by the time of filming. After being selected
15?
and
Yeah, I was
given
gonna say,
filming
that's a
days,
big-ass
the children
kid.
would arrive to the Universal
Some
Studios
teenager.
backlot. The kids were separated from their parents, both taken to their own waiting rooms.
What happened
Parents
here?
would remain in this room equipped with monitors so that they could watch their child compete, but removed from the main studio space
Oh,
as
he
to
had
not
it blurred,
influence or
I guess.
distract their contestant.
It
The
was
kids
on
were
his
given their
video.
team t-shirt and a pair of sneakers, both of which they would keep at the end of the day. The waiting room for the contestants was filled with video games and toys
Oh,
to
that's
keep the
cool.
kids occupied, as there was typically 4 or 5
Yo, the
episodes
Ninja
shot
Turtles arcade
simultaneously.
game.
Each episode's
Oh,
teams would
I have
complete
fond
each
memories
challenge
of
before the
playing
crew would
that.
move on
Oh
to
my
the next
gosh.
round and set piece. For example, if a contestant were in the first episode to be shot on the day of filming, they would first cross the moat, then return to the holding room and wait
Purple
for the other
Parrots.
4 episodes to shoot their moat scene.
Oh,
They
wow.
would then return to the studio.
I never
and
knew
shoot
that.
the
They
steps
shot
of
all the
knowledge,
episodes
and
at
then go
once?
back to the holding room to wait for the other 4
like,
episodes to shoot
oh,
their
4.
steps of knowledge, and so on and so on.
That's
This would
crazy.
result in 1 or 2 hours between rounds for each group, which is why
Wow.
the contestants appeared to dry instantly between the moat and the steps of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
The first day of filming for season 1 was done with little preparation, resulting in a 12-hour shoot. The
That's
moat
crazy.
section was typically edited down to a few minutes in post, but it often took between 5 and 10 minutes to shoot, and on very rare occasions, it took the kids half an hour to fully cross. The moat was also filled with
Half an
warm water
hour
and
to
not
cross?
very deep.
Whoa.
Olmec's story relating to the artifact would be told to the contestants backstage
Olmec.
prior to the shooting of the Steps of Knowledge. This was to increase their chances of answering the questions correctly. The teams that made it to the end would also be given a tour of the temple.
Supposed to be
with explanations of
educational.
each room and the
But I
ways
don't
in which
remember
to
any of
unlock
that.
it.
I just
The temple
remember
run was
the
made
temple.
purposefully difficult, and only 26.7% of teams
Having
that
crazy
attempted
dreams of
succeeded.
being that little
This was
kid right there
supposedly
running
due to
through
the
there.
limited amount of grand prizes that the studio and sponsors were willing to give
It was like
out.
an
Thanks to
adventure.
highly detailed fan sites, many statistics about the teams and their performances have been calculated. Notable
That's
findings are that the
crazy.
Orange
They got
Iguanas were the team that
sites
made it to the temple run
with
the
all the
most, appearing
stats.
25 times out of the show's 120 episodes. The
That's
Purple Parrots
crazy.
group
The
was
internet
only
never
making it to the
ceases to
temple 11
amaze me, dude.
times. The team also had the least amount of successful temple runs, only completing 3 during the entirety of the show.
There's
While
little-
the Orange Iguanas made it to the temple run the most.
Whoa.
They were the second worst to
I
complete.
was gonna say, there's
only making it
literally
through with the
a
artifact 4
website
of the
for
25 attempts.
everything
The Green
imaginable,
Monkeys and the
even
Silver Snakes
stats
were tied for the
on
most
Legends of the
successful
Hidden
runs,
Temple.
both having
That's
completed the
crazy.
course
That just
8 times.
blew my
The
mind.
first season of the show was shot in around
That's
10
badass,
days,
though,
with a total
actually.
of 40 episodes being produced. 1 or more episodes would air per week throughout the remainder of 1993 and until May of 1994. A second season was quickly ordered and produced while Season 1 was airing, and the first episode of Season 2 would premiere just days after the final episode of Season 1. Likewise, Season 3 would begin airing
and they were
days
just
after
pumping
the end
them
of Season
out,
2.
them
As there were
episodes.
many different versions of the Temple Run, the more significant
I
changes,
don't remember if it was
such as
on every
entire
day,
rooms
but I
being swapped
remember
out, would occur
watching it
between
a
seasons.
lot.
Also, slight format changes would occur from season to season, such as what would be introduced by Kirk and what would be introduced by Olmec. The third season would be the show's last, with the final episode
they did
airing on
3
June
seasons?
27th, 1995. Legends of the Hidden Temple was a
95,
hugely
damn.
popular show, and many were
That was
surprised
when
by
I
its
was 10.
cancellation, or more accurately, its non-renewal. The show produced a total of 120 episodes.
They should have
so
never
Nickelodeon had
canceled it,
plenty of
man. They
material to
don't
air.
make
The non-renewal
shows
was
like this
reportedly
for
due
kids
to indifference
anymore.
from executives, and the channel's
I mean,
standard
maybe they
practice
do,
at the
but
time of
I haven't
producing
seen
shows
any.
for a few seasons, regardless of their popularity.
Not badass
Legends
like
would
this
continue
show,
to air
dude.
reruns on Nickelodeon until early 1999, when it would move to Nickelodeon's new sister channel, Nick Gas, short for Nickelodeon Games and Sports for Kids. Legends, along with other Nickelodeon
This is when I
game
was
shows,
starting to
would air
grow up,
exclusively on this
teenager
channel
now,
until it
yeah.
shut
Once
down on
Gas
December
came around, I
31st,
pretty much
2007.
stopped
However, since
watching
the channel had been
Nickelodeon
fully
mostly.
automated in its later years, a glitch caused
Probably
Dish
when I
Network
went over to
subscribers to be
Disney,
able to
'cause
view
they
the
were more
channel and its
teen,
programming until
you know,
April
like
23rd, 2009.
Hannah
Legends would
Montana,
also
even
air during
Stevens,
Nickelodeon's Nick at Night programming block, typically early in the morning.
Lizzie
The show
McGuire,
disappeared
all them
from
shows.
television after 2009, but quickly reappeared in October of 2011, with reruns of Legends of the Hidden Temple airing on Nickelodeon's sister network,
Rugrats,
Teen
hey
Nick,
Arnold,
as part of
yo.
its The 90s
I'm
Are All
having
That
so much
throwback
nostalgia.
programming
This
block.
is crazy. All
Reruns
that.
continue to air irregularly on the channel.
This is like
Over
my
20 years
childhood
after it was
right here.
canceled, a television film based on Legends of the Hidden Temple was produced for Nickelodeon, using the same name as the show. The film told
Well,
the
they
story
made a
of 3
movie?
kids traveling to a hidden
I never
temple
knew
theme
that.
park, eventually getting trapped inside a real temple and swept into an
That's
adventure.
crazy.
Both Kirk Fogg and D. Bradley Baker returned,
Kirk
with
Fogg.
Fogg playing a fictional version of himself
Oh,
and
wow.
Baker reprising Olmec. The
Olmec.
film has many references to its
This
game
is
show source
crazy.
material, such as the Steps of Knowledge, Temple Guards, the Pendants of Life, the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, the team names
feel like a
appearing
little
in many
kid again
forms,
watching this
and much more.
episode.
The film
This is
premiered on
crazy.
Nickelodeon on November 26, 2016. Legends of the Hidden Temple was peak 90s
Oh,
Nickelodeon. It was a
hit my
game show
mic.
played by kids, watched by kids, and appeared as though it was created by kids. The Indiana Jones-esque theming, large set pieces, and
Yeah,
complicated
Indiana Jones, that's what I'm
obstacles felt like
saying.
something a child would imagine, which was exactly the kind of content that Nickelodeon was hoping to produce. Thanks to the show's elaborate theming and deep
Yo,
lore,
like,
Legends
the
had
guards,
the biggest fan
man.
base of any game show on the
They
channel,
freak me
and
out.
the community is still alive and well. While it is hard to say goodbye
I
to a
cannot
beloved
believe
show,
that there's
let
an
alone
active
entire
community
era of
still that's
television,
alive and well.
it
That's
can't
crazy.
Be as difficult
That's
as the Shrine
nuts.
of the Silver Monkey. Come on, no, just it goes on.
Come on,
It's
kid.
not how. Nope.
That's
Nope, other
funny.
way. Okay, nope.
telling you, kids struggle with that thing, dude. And probably because you're on a show and shit, you're nervous and you just can't figure it out. But that's crazy. Yo, great episode, man. Defunctland. Hit up his channel, subscribe and like and all that good stuff. Almost said shit. Man, that's so wild, dude. I'm just like going crazy from all the nostalgia from that video. That was a great video, man. Fond memories of Nickelodeon, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, and then of course all the cartoons. Hey Arnold, Recess. What was that one? Rocket Power. Yes, Rocket Power or SpongeBob, man. Anyway, so many great shows. Maybe I'll make a video on all those cartoons. So anyway, hope you guys like and enjoyed. Do you have some crazy nostalgia? Let me know. What was your shows that you loved as a kid and still have fond memories of watching? Let me know down below in the comments. All right, guys. Love y'all. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.